Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I just got done a little while ago watching the Sony PlayStation 4 conference with my buddy Chris, Decayed Matter. He was on his computer and he sent me a link and he's, oh, check it out. So I ended up catching maybe 3/4 of it. I'm going to preface this video by saying I do not own a Sony console right now, besides the PS1, which I still own. It's away, packed away with a little screen. I've always liked Sony's consoles. I really enjoyed the PSP before I sold it off. The Vita I thought was very, very great, but very underutilized in terms of what it had power-wise and what people did with it and the releases that came out for it. So I'm not an anti-Sony person by any means, because I've owned their consoles in the past few years. I, however, usually only buy one console a generation, which they're saying they're not doing away with console generations. They're just going to incrementally put out updated hardware the way Apple does. And I'm not a huge fan of that, but we'll see how that plays out. I've also heard the rumors that they'll eventually make you pay a subscription fee and give you the console at a reduced rate or free. I haven't heard anything else about that, just really rumors. Kind of interesting. You know, I mean, I guess if I were to pay $60 a year or whatever to Microsoft or Sony, is it worth it than paying for the console? Who knows? I doubt they're going to ever do that now that Sony announced recently they're doing an upgrade in, excuse me, not an upgrade, up cost, an upcharge for an extra $10 a year for PlayStation Plus. So anyway, that being said, since the initial Xbox came out, I've always really liked it because of its online services, and I've stuck with them since then. So that's a little bit of a preface, because I don't want people to think, well, this guy has an Xbox, what the fuck does he know? Maybe. So the reports I'm reading, and some of them could be a little wrong, but CNET was one of them, who's usually pretty on point, that the new PlayStation Pro, which was the Neo, can do 4K games. Here's the other thing, the conference was very vague. They didn't say whether the 4K was upscaled or is it native. They're also saying now online it can do HDR, which we knew was coming, but not all 4K TVs have HDR, so they may not benefit from it. I think HDR is kind of coming onto itself now and getting bigger. It also can't do 4K Blu-ray, supposedly. Cannot. Which is weird, because Blu-rays are Sony's format. Sony gets paid licensing fees from Microsoft and anybody else when they use a Blu-ray. So for Microsoft to put Blu-rays, which they did, in their Xbox One, they pay Sony a share for every disc they sell, I guess. Why is Sony not doing 4K Blu-rays? How come the Xbox Slim, the Xbox One Slim, can do 4K content and 4K Blu-rays, but Sony's new system can't? That was very weird to me. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, whether that was strange. The worst part of the conference, hands down, was these fucking people's vibes. They were like dead. They were so dead. Besides the point of everything being very vague and then not really explaining everything well, they were dead. If you want to have someone like a spokesperson for your anything, your game, your company, your division, whatever the hell it is you're working on, you want someone lively and energetic who seems optimistic about the thing they're talking about. They don't, not so lively and energetic that they seem phony or that they seem like they're bullshitting you, but, you know, a little panache, if you will. Phil Spencer has that, which is why I usually like him when he speaks. Larry Herb looks like an asshole, so I usually don't like him. But anyway, point being, Mark Cerny from Sony is this 50-year-old, hipster-looking douchebag who comes in very flat, doesn't sound up or happy or anything. I just don't get it. He would be the last person I'd choose to speak for my conference. Even the people that came out from Activision and EA sort of sounded more hyped up than he did. I don't know. I don't get it. They just were all so flat and dead. They showed off Mass Effect, a new game, Horizon, and what was the other one? You know, upgraded versions of like Deus Ex and stuff. they weren't clear on whether it's going to really enhance the old games much, the way the Scorpio is, but I'm assuming it will. The one thing they said I liked, which doesn't affect me, is they're going to add a patch to all current PlayStation 4s, obviously, to add HDR, which is a new, it's like a new feature with newer televisions that it stands for high dynamic range. So the gradation and the colors from point A to point Z are going to be more dramatic. You're going to see more gradation, more colors in between. So that's really cool. I think, if you have an HDR capable TV and you have a regular PlayStation and you don't want to upgrade to the Pro, that's awesome. The price for the Slim is $300 and the price for the Pro is $400, which I thought was reasonable, considering that, the One and the PS4 were, I think, $400 when they first dropped. So that's not bad. Things aren't going up too dramatically, obviously. But just overall, the conference was really bad, really dead, really flat. I thought the message was very vague. And I thought they were not clear about what they were promoting, and nobody seemed happy about it. I just don't get it. I think because the Scorpio is supposed to be, a good deal stronger, so I guess they kind of came out of the gate thinking they lost. I don't know. And Scorpio has said it will enhance your games and make your old games run better, and all that stuff. They've said 4K, they said HDR, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know what the benefit of introducing the Slim was, maybe just to have a new form factor. But overall, I thought the conference was pretty damn bad. And all my friends that I've spoken to who are Sony guys, they have a Sony console, they've maybe never bought an Xbox, they've gotten rid of their Xboxes because they weren't digging it, have all said the same thing. So, let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Were you happy with the way they showed it? Here's the other thing I wanted to make clear. I have a 1080p TV. It was fairly expensive years ago when I bought it. Obviously, it's not that expensive anymore. I sit about 10 feet away from my TV. From what they showed on that conference, and keep in mind I wasn't on the best connection, so, whatever, take that for what it's worth. I don't know if I'd be able to see a huge jump between 4K HDR and 1080p from 10 feet away. If I'm sitting 5 feet away, yeah, I'm sure I'll be able to see it look a lot nicer. But from where I sit and watch movies and stuff, I don't know if it's going to be this drastic increase. I'm more concerned with, will it run my old games better? Will my games load quicker? Will the gameplay be better? Will it, look a little better? That's cool. Maybe then I will get a Scorpio or a PS4 Pro. But this message they delivered today was poor. And there's my 2 cents. So tell me what you guys think. Do a video, do a comment, whatever. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.